Hello, everyone. Yesterday we spoke about how animals changed over time and about how they changed in order to um, live in their climate, right? About how they changed to adapt to their climate so that they were able to survive and survive comfortably in their climate, right? Like your average dog or cat in Minnesota wouldn't be able to survive where it's super hot or super cold, right? Like huskies are really uncomfortable in the summers here in Minnesota. It's too hot for them, but they're super comfortable in the winter here. Or a dog, like a let's say I had a Cocker Spaniel growing up. Cocker Spaniels would not survive up in the Antarctic because it's way too cold for them. However, polar bears are fine surviving in Antarctica because they've adapted over time and have grown super thick fur and have a lot of blubber on them. That's a characteristic that that breed or that species has developed in order to survive in their region, right? I'm sorry, excuse me. I have a really bad cold right now. So they're perfectly able to survive that climate. But what we didn't talk about is how sometimes, or rather all the time, animals also impact their environment. Okay, they do things within their environment that permanently alter it, right? Now, we're not together, so you don't get to see this, but we always read our textbooks, I guess, of sorts. It's super thin, but we have textbooks in science class, and you don't get to read ours with us in class right now because we're not together. But I want to read a little bit to you today, and I'm going to start reading one section, and then switch gears a little bit because the beginning of one section really kind of hits what I'm talking about right now, and it kind of introduces all of the different um, biomes or different environment types. But then I want to read to you about how different animals impact their environments, okay? So, right now, all you have to do is listen to this little story, okay? So, this one says, the diversity of life on Earth is amazing. Plants and animals live in every environment imaginable. They live in oceans, on mountains, in wetlands, and every place else. Some environments are hot, some are wet, and some are very cold. The conditions in an environment determine what organisms can and can't live there. Plants and animals that live in a pond can't live in a grassland. Plants and animals that live in a grassland can't live in the ocean. Plants and animals have structures that help them grow, survive, and reproduce in their environments. Reproduce means to have babies. Okay, now I'm flipping a whole bunch of pages. And the next section I'm going to read is called A Change in the Environment. All plants and animals change the environments in which they live. Trees create shade. Flowers produce odors, smells. Ground squirrels dig tunnels in the soil. Woodpeckers drill holes in trees. And every animal eats something. Most of the changes in the environment are small. The plants and animals living there continue to go about their business. Some animals, however, change their environments a lot. As a result, many plants and animals living in the environment must move or they will die. One animal makes big changes to its environment is the beaver. Beavers live in water. They build a mud and stick lodge right in the water. The entrance to the lodge is underwater. The place where they live is above water. Beavers are safe and comfortable in their lodges. If a lake or pond is nearby, the beaver family makes its lodge there. If there is only a stream, the beavers go to work to make a pond. First, they use their large, sharp front teeth to cut down trees by the stream. Here's a picture of a beaver cutting down the tree. And there's a picture of beaver. I'll read the caption in a second. Beaver and its babies. They cut off the branches and drag them into the stream. They put mud and rocks on the branches to hold them in place. Then they add more branches and mud. The beavers are making a dam. The beavers keep adding to the dam until it reaches all the way across the stream. Water backs up behind the dam, forming a pond. The beavers then build their lodge. And here's a picture of the dam. See that big row of sticks right there? Oh, that's what it looks like. But what about the plants and other animals living in the stream environment? Some of them benefit from the beavers' work. Others can't live there anymore. The beavers cut down the trees for food and building material. This means less shade. When water floods the land around the stream, the grasses, bushes, and trees living there die. Insects, snakes, squirrels, and all other land animals have to move out. The plants and animals that live on land lose when the beavers build a pond. It's a different story for the water plants and animals. Fish and frogs have a lot more room to live. Water plants, like cattails and water lilies, thrive. Water insects, like dragonflies, and mosquitoes, benefit from the changed environment. Water plants and animals grow and reproduce to take advantage of the larger environment created by the beavers. But some animals have to leave, right? So while it benefits some things, it doesn't benefit all things. Okay? So that's something to keep in mind in the area. So what I want you to do today, okay, on your Seesaw page in your activity, I want you to think about either this story or an animal that lives around here, and think about one benefit and one deficit, so one bad thing that happens because of an inherited trait, or because of it being the way it is. I'll put it that way. What's one good thing and one bad thing for it being the way it is? And how it is affected by its environment. Okay? And I will see you tomorrow.